G'day guys. Well, some of you may have already seen a couple of videos that I've posted up regarding my view of, I suppose, what happened to me last year and so forth, and the strong characteristics of Christianity that sort of backed it up. What I haven't done yet is sort of explain to you why I'm a Christian. So I'm just going to share with you my testimony. Like a lot of my friends, I didn't actually grow up in a Christian family. And in year 8, it sort of started off for me how I became a Christian. But before that, I suppose I was like a lot of people, had an idea that there might be a God, but never really took much notice of it. And going back when I was probably anywhere between the ages of 6 to 10, I grew up with a family that sort of took us along. My parents took my sister and I along to church just up the road. But the thing is, we weren't really a Christian family. In fact, I grew up in the 90s, and this was kind of the thing. Most families would go to church, but it was mostly seen just to, help us along with an ethical belief, doing the right thing and so forth. But my sister and I, we didn't really talk about God, Christianity, or the Bible, and nor did my family, for that matter. So it was just seen like you do it because everyone else is doing it. You're just sort of following a domino effect. But in year 8, I became a Christian, and it sort of started with a good mate of mine, and he took me along to a thing called a youth group. And at the time, I didn't know what a youth group was. They played games, and in fact, I hated the games. I thought they were really stupid. But one thing caught my attention, and that was when the youth group leader there was giving a talk, and he said, at the end of his talk, he said, "What are you living for?" And I thought, okay, well, this guy's being serious, and I should pay respect to that, and I should be serious as well. But I just thought, well, I'll keep it to myself, and I'll just rattle things off in my head. So I rattled things off like family, future girlfriend, wife. I was single at the time. And what else? Money, home, things that just weren't going to last. And to be honest, I just thought, well, I'll give Christianity a go. And I decided to be a Christian on the spot. The thing is, it wasn't sort of like a whiz-bang effect, and suddenly I'm a Christian like that. I had to... sorry, my camera's just buggering up here. I had to find out for myself what it all means, and for that I actually had to read the Bible myself, and do my own research, because my family wasn't, they're not Christian, so a lot of it I just had to figure out for myself what's real and what's not. And when I started reading the Bible, Old Testament, New Testament, it actually makes a lot of sense. See, the thing is, a lot of people can say, it's a whole bunch of fairy tales. What if you're a Christian, you believe in God? You obviously are more inclined to believe in unicorns as well. Well, if a unicorn died for me and gave me the gifted eternity in heaven, sure, I'd believe in a unicorn. The thing is, God didn't send a unicorn, He sent His Son to die on a cross. So, yes, there is actual historical proof and doctrine that Jesus Christ actually lived and died, and so forth, but historical scientists cannot figure out why Jesus actually rose from the dead. It has been documented, not just in the Bible, but various other books as well. And so yes, my growing up of Christianity had been through high school, and to be honest, I hated high school. I was picked on for the duration of year 7 through to year 12, and prior to that, kindergarten right through to year 6, so a whole bunch of bullying sort of came my way, for the duration of 12 years. So I went through a real rough patch in high school, like a lot of kids do. The thing is, I sort of feel like, God was there the whole way, just spurring me on, regardless of how difficult school got for me. But yeah, I stuck it out, and I managed to get through year 12, even though I hated it. And it's sort of, Christianity, or the belief in God, I suppose, really gave me the strength to, I suppose, overcome these feelings of depression and so forth, because I wasn't living for myself anymore, I was living for God. And if, in a nutshell, Christianity is when God sends His Son, Jesus, to die on a cross, He's not just dying on a cross, He's actually taking on the sins of the world onto Himself. And the fact that He rose again from the dead proves two things. One, that He actually did us all a huge favour, in a sense that He saved us. And two, that He is actually, He has dealt with sin in the form of justice. And because it has been dealt with justice, He has an authority over sin, so that makes Him king. So yes, these are the things that I believe in. And, like I said, I've read the Bible myself, and I grew up in a non-Christian family. If you're an atheist, I was like you. But I discovered it for myself. I don't understand why a lot of atheists out there just can easily just slam Christians because of a belief that they don't believe in. It's like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you go off and say things like, religions start war, and then get hostile with Christians? That doesn't make any sense. A Christian could come along and say, we send missionaries overseas to help build schools, homes, and so forth. When was the last time you heard an atheist go overseas to build homes and, schools and so forth? So there's a really big picture to it all, but in a nutshell, this is pretty much how I became a Christian. I love Jesus, and it's who I am. Regardless of all the stuff that you may have seen in my previous video about me losing a job and everything else that sort of went with it, I'm still a Christian. This is my identity, and I put Christ first. Thanks for watching this video.